In just a minute, I'm going to share my number one tip for getting the absolute most out of therapy, and I've saved this for last. This is a series of 6 videos, and this is number 6 about how to get the most out of therapy. My name is Shara Ogilvy, and I'm a mental health counselor that's been practicing for over 15 years, and I just love working with clients and watching their growth journeys. And today we're going to talk about the number one thing you can do to make that hour with your therapist so productive. Now, of course, you have goals in therapy. You have the relationship with the therapist. You have a treatment plan of sorts. You know where you're going. And these are pieces that are already in place. But now you're sitting in therapy and you're going, what do I know? How do I know what to focus on? And of course, your therapist will guide you with some questions, but this is the number one thing you can do. You can ask yourself before the therapy session, what are a few of the highlights of your week? And what are a few of the lowlights of your week? That would be the worst moments and the best moments. This gives a quick snapshot of what's going well and what's not going well. And from week to week, this can help your therapist see how you're growing or where you're staying stuck. So what that would look like is as you're driving to therapy or waiting for it to start, you can just be asking yourself, what went well and what really didn't go well? And that way, when you sit down, you'll have something you can talk about. It can be intimidating. Where do I start? I don't know. I have a whole week's worth of or 2 weeks worth of junk to talk about. And a lot of times when you're sitting down in that therapy couch seat, you're feeling okay. This happens all the times with my clients where they're like, I'm feeling okay today, but over the weekend it was crazy. Or I'm feeling okay today, but 2 nights ago I was crying my eyes out. And if you're like me, if you're feeling better one day, you've half forgotten what happened, even if it was horrible, because you're better today, right? That's why asking yourself this question, what were the worst parts of my week? And what were the best parts of my week? Will prepare you to have a productive conversation with your therapist. Now, here's some bonus content to go along with that. Therapy is a trial and error process. You are not a machine. You are a human being. Yes, there is science involved. There's a lot of scientific studies, much data, and many schools of thought with therapy. But the truth is, a lot of these schools of thought clash with one another. A lot of these therapies maybe fail for some people and succeed for other people. You are the only you that has ever existed. You're unique. And so the therapist and you need to use that trial and error process of what actually works for you. And one of the ways that we know what's working and not working is when the client can come in and say, here are the worst moments of my week, and here are the best moments of my week. Now, one more way that you can frame that worst moments and best moments is through sharing feelings. If you can identify 3 to 5 feelings that are top of mind from the week and share those with your therapist, that will make a huge difference. Say you're feeling serene. Why are you feeling serene? You're feeling enraged. Why are you feeling enraged? You're feeling desperate. Why? Why are you feeling desperate? You're feeling hopeful. Why? Why is that? Those things will give your therapist huge clues as to what's going on with you. So to recap, thinking about your low and high moments from the week and your emotions, think about framing it within emotions to share with your therapist. That will help them understand you very well. And really recognizing the iterative nature, the trial and error nature of therapy, that they're not doing mechanical work on a machine, they're working with a human being, and you really are the only person that has ever existed that's been just like you. All right, this is the last video in a series of 6 about how to succeed in therapy, and I want you to get the full experience. So be sure to see the playlist in my description along with that free download that just summarizes the main points from these 6 videos to help you have top of mind as you enter therapy or as you are continuing on in your therapy journey. Thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe and drop a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time.